Welcome back to Good Afternoon Kentucky on ABC 36 News Now.
Hey friends, welcome back in. Castle and Key's story begins with Colonel E.H. Taylor. He's known as the father of modern bourbon. This is 1880s, right? He founded the old Taylor Distillery, a first of its kind destination that combined bourbon making with hospitality. And then after decades and decades of neglect, the site was rediscovered, restored in 2012 by an entrepreneur, Will Arvin, who saw not ruins, but opportunity. And today, Castle and Key honors both legacy and vision, crafting spirits with care, intention, and imagination. So with us today, Brett Connors, lead blender and whiskey wizard. Brett, how do you get Whiskey Wizard on your business card? That can't be easy.
Well, I think it's a little bit classier than Vice President of Consumption, so we thought it would clean it up a touch.
I like it.
You know, keep it light but professional.
Absolutely. Well, let me just say, huge fan of your property, and we have so many great labels, so many great bourbons here in Kentucky, beautiful properties, but yours is one of a kind. I've never seen anything like it. What's the secret sauce? What's the magic there?
I think with our site, we're spoiled. You know, you mentioned it in kind of the intro with this. When we're discussing Colonel E.H. Taylor, he was really a visionary when you think of the modern day bourbon trail. He really developed that and designed that in central Kentucky in the 1880s, where he'd host visitors from all around the country to show you how fancy his fancy distillery was, and that your misperceptions about Kentucky aren't always accurate either.
Right, and well-traveled man, obviously. So much European influence going on there, and the Scottish castle imposing right in the front.
You've definitely been there because you know your business around it. But yeah, I mean, there's a Scottish castle. We have an English-style pleasure garden. We have a Roman bathhouse on site. I always say if you want to save the trip over to overseas, you can see a lot of it in Millville, Kentucky, from an architectural perspective. But I love kind of that mixture of hospitality, architecture, and high-quality product. And I think that's probably the secret sauce for us, is working all those things into one package, one product, and one experience when you come on site.
Well, I love it, and boy, it's just great for a stroll if you're in the market for that. Maybe a libation there by the creek, but you have an awesome tour for people to enjoy, to really see how the process is made. Let's talk about some of the fine Kentucky product coming out of this beautiful facility.
Absolutely. I always say we're first and foremost a distillery that makes great whiskey, but I think one of the wild cards for us is we actually make really fine vodka and gin as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah,
and you've got you've got so many different types here. I know the blue label was a favorite of mine when I did the tasting.
We're excited about it. When we initially launched production on the site's grounds in 2016, after really 40 years of kind of abandonment, we started laying down bourbon. And initially, we launched a 4-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey that we were excited about. It was super tasty, very applauded. But what we're definitely excited about is growing up. You know, now it's going to have a 6-year-old age statement at 101 proof. So we've grown up in age and kept the price the same.
I love it.
So not only is it extra tasty, but it's definitely a good value as well on the shelf.
Well, it's a recognized Kentucky brand for sure, and every Kentuckian should take pride once they see it on the shelves there. What's the best resource for people to learn more and to plan their time with you all? Because there really is so much to do on your grounds.
There's a lot to do. You know, always at castleandkey.com is a great resource where we use a wonderful booking system there. They offer a variety of diverse tours and experiences, everything from the more kind of traditional tours that you're going to see at a lot of different distilleries on the Bourbon Trail. But additionally, we do a summer music series 2 Wednesdays of the month throughout the summer. Coming up next week, on Thursday, we have the Lexington Ballet coming out to do an event. So definitely, if you're looking for something that's a little bit non-traditional, it's going to be housed on that website as well, along with the classic world of social media, Instagram, Facebook, X, all that stuff. We have a really amazing marketing team that keeps that stuff updated regularly as well.
Well, the wedding crowd has definitely caught on too, because we saw a wedding in progress there, which is just gorgeous, and you can't point your camera in any direction and not capture a world-class photo.
I think that's how we got the weddings convinced into it. You know, not only do you want to marry someone you love, but you also want to have great photos from it. Yes. So we definitely have a lot of demand and desire around hosting weddings on the grounds.
Well, we're looking at a few images here. Just a taste of what you're in store for. Castle and Key Distillery. Love your location, love the product, and I want to come down and spend a little more time kind of documenting for my own to share with our new news crowd exactly what you guys have to offer. So thanks for making the trip.
Yeah, thank you for having us out, and our doors are always open.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Good to
Cheers.
see you.
Yeah.
We're back after this, folks. Stay with us.